So now that we have our hosting set up, and now that we have our server in operation, and we've chosen a business name, now we can go on to setting up our first WordPress website, and then connecting the domain name to the website that we set up. So the first thing we're going to do is move to applications here. And this will be blank for you. I've already set up a website on this one, but we're going to show you how to set it up from scratch now. And we're going to go to add application, and we've already created our server, so we'll do that. And the application that we want to set up here is version 6.2.2. So the most up-to-date version of WordPress. You'll always want to install whatever the most up-to-date version is, because it comes with more security features. And we want to have Cloudways optimization because they provide us with a few free little bits of software, plugins they're called, which help to keep the website. There's things that we can use later on with that, which we'll explain. But basically, we want to just go with this version. And again, don't worry about this. Our first site will be low traffic, and we're just setting this up. So this is something we can scale later. So don't worry about this warning message. And we agreed on seamless site, so we'll call it seamless in our previous video. And then we can just add the application there. So now this will take a couple of minutes to spin up. And this is what you should see as it's making. So this, like I said, it takes a few minutes in order for that to happen. So you'll see now that Seamless has been created. That took about 3 or 4 minutes, depending on at the time or how fast your Wi-Fi is and how quickly these operations are working on Cloudways, and it may take a little bit of time. But there you can see that our project has started. It's created a WordPress website for us. Click on our application. And then when we click on our application, it will give us the login details for the back end of our WordPress website. And this is where we're able to edit everything. So now we're in the back end, we'll be able to see all the information that we need and to log into the back end of our WordPress website. So they will be here, they'll have the username, and they'll also have your password. So I'm just going to copy this password. It's blocked out, but yours will obviously be there. And we'll also copy the username as well. And then you'll go into the admin panel here. So this is what we want to find to get the admin panel. So we'll go in here. And then you just want to add your username and add your email address, or add your username or email address, which we copied from the previous screen, and then add our password. So once you've added your username and your password here, and which I've done, then we can log in. Okay, and that's us here. And now that we've logged into the back end of our site, you'll be able to see where we do all our editing for our website and where it all starts. Now, basically what I do is every single thing that you add into the back end of your website will cause the site to slow down. So we want to try and have everything as minimal as possible, keep it nice and clean. And we do this for a couple of reasons. First of all, your server has limited space. So the more things that you add in the back end of the website, the more that it clogs up the server space. So it's better for it to be clean. And the more things we add at the back end as well, the more the code of our website is going to have to add different things. I'm not explaining that too well, but it basically slows our website down. So what we want to do is just make sure that we have as few as little as possible running on the back end. And I'll just give you some examples of this. So the first thing that I usually do when I set up these sites, first of all, go to plugins. There'll be a couple of plugins added we're just going to get rid of. So this spam protection one, we're going to delete this one. And we're also going to delete Hello Dolly. And these are just plugins, are basically just little bits of code that enable your website to do different things. So we're going to delete these couple of things because they don't really perform any necessary functions on our site. Breeze Object Cache Pro, we'll talk about what these things do later, but at the moment we're just getting things set up. The next thing we do, every WordPress website requires a theme. And the page builder that we're going to use is called Elementor, and it has its own theme that we use. So we're going to get rid of this one. Just going to delete this, and then we're going to delete this. we keep we're going to keep the default theme or the most up-to-date theme, and the reason that we do that is just in case there's any problems on the site, and we need to do some troubleshooting. It's good to keep one standard WordPress theme there, but we don't want to add the other two. It just means we have to update them, and like I said, it takes up space, so we don't want to do that. So now we're going to add our, like I said, we're going to be using Elementor. So we're going to add the theme that Elementor encourages us to use, which is the Hello theme. And if you don't find it on the main page here, then you can search for it here. But obviously, it's on the main page, so that's good. So let's do that. Take that theme. And then what I usually do as well is go to the dashboard and just get rid of these things. There's lots of different ways to, lots of things that you can do in order to have a clean design. There's plugins that do all this automatically for you every time you set up a site, but just showing you this from scratch, and you can investigate your own ideas later. And so we're just going to get rid of all these just so we're not confused, and we are not worried about anything that's going on there. So that's good. One thing I encourage you to do regularly with this Breeze plugin that Cloudways provides us with is just clear this cache regularly, especially when we make any changes. So we want to purge all the cache. Again, that's something we can explain a little bit later, but it just helps to basically refresh your site so the newest information has been displayed on the front end of your website. So that is us set up our first WordPress website. So well done, that's great. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go across to Namecheap. We're going to buy the domain name, and then we're going to connect this. You'll notice this domain name is a standard one which Cloudways gives us to set up any test websites. But what we want to do now is connect our domain name to the WordPress website that we've set up. So at the beginning, when I first started, all of this was very complicated and very challenging. But when you know what you're doing, then it all becomes very easy. So we're just going to explain how to do that with Namecheap. There's lots of domain name suppliers out there. There's lots of different ways that there's lots of different boxes to click on, different domain name suppliers. We're going to stick to Namecheap purely because it's a big supplier. Domain names is usually the cheapest in my experience. And again, if you click the link on the next video, then it'll take you right there.